Hey, this is Chad from Bearing Witness College of Mission Essay Coaching. Welcome to our series on writing mission-worthy personal statements. For the past 8 years, I've had the pleasure of teaching writing and performance workshops at over 70 college universities, where one of the first things I learned was that somewhere around 7th grade, schools tend to shift from the emphasis on descriptive and narrative writing to more expository and persuasive writing. Since the majority of missions essays favor narrative and descriptive writing, when it comes to writing your personal statement, even advanced high school writers can find this process difficult. For more detailed analysis of the materials covered in these videos, including tips, tools, exercises, writing prompts, and examples, check out bearingwitnessadmissions.com, where you'll also find information on our one-on-one services, which range from essay review to comprehensive start-to-finish coaching, all of which are deeply discounted throughout the month of September. I'll also be updating this channel weekly, so make sure to like, subscribe, and share. If you haven't checked out our introductory video, make sure to do that to find out more about who we are and what we offer. Let's get writing. So today I want to talk about setting. And setting is the environment in which the events in your story occur. While this does include time and place, setting is a whole lot more than time and place. Not only does setting enhance and support the plot and characters, it plays an integral role in developing your essay's events, important points, themes, and moods. One of the things that all great personal narratives have in common is their writer's ability to transport the reader from wherever they are to wherever you want them to be, basically so they can experience your story as if they were there firsthand. This is why setting is important. People don't like to be asked to go places that they can't see. So therefore, all good setting has certain things in common. One, be specific. Don't say he brought me flowers. Say he brought me last minute, sorry I messed up, near dead corner store daisies. Setting uses similes, metaphors, personifications to breathe life into the setting. We show, we don't tell. So we don't say, oh, it snowed. We say, the heavy wet snow broke everything from backs to branches, power lines, even broke the roof that covered the pumps at Sammy's Gas and Go. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you want the person to be there. We use descriptive words to invoke vivid sights, sounds, smells, and other senses. You pay close attention to the mood. Remember, you want them to go there, and you're asking them to go there. So you got to tell them we're going ahead of the time. Now, when it comes to admissions essays, I always tell people it's best to assume that your admissions essays will be in the last run of the day and it's being read by some exhausted admissions officer who wants nothing more than to go home, kick off their shoes, open a bottle of wine, plop down and watch Game of Thrones or whatever people are watching. If the only thing you give them is time and place, your essay is in trouble. And not because your setting doesn't rival that of Game of Thrones or Harry Potter or all the Fast and Furious movies. Thankfully, life rarely happens at the edge of an active volcano. Not surprisingly, a significant portion of my first play, Sitting in Circles with Rich White Girls, Memoirs of a Bulimic Black Boy, took places in bathrooms and rehabs. Now, the fact that this setting is not the edge of an active volcano doesn't make it any less meaningful. It just means that getting you there might take a little more work. So when you create setting, the first thing you need to do is gather more information about the environment than you will ever use. The reason for this is as you begin to fine-tune your setting, it will begin to reveal to you ways in which it can be better. Now, one of the ways to gather information is to start by asking yourself the 6 W's. Where did the story take place? When did the story happen? What's the weather or climate like? What are the social and community conditions? What is the landscape like? What are the special details that make it stand out? Since my play takes place entirely indoors, I focus on the non-weather related means of climate and landscape. So once you've gathered this information, and I often just write columns, like boom, just what they call that, brainstorm, and write all this stuff down. Once you've gathered the information, you then need to decide how you're going to reveal your setting. Are you going to have the character vividly describe it? Or will it be revealed through action, or a character's response, or a character's mood? Once you've decided how you're going to reveal the setting, make sure that it becomes an integral part of your story. What purpose does it? Don't just drop it in. It also, this setting serves this purpose in this place. In my play, Sitting in Circles with Rich White Girls, Memoirs of a Bulimic Black Boy, The setting description for my first rehab, it needed to serve three purposes. It needed to convey the shame and secrecy around not only eating disorders, but their treatment. This was the mid-'80s. It needed to convey a sense of a religious background as my sexuality would come into play. But mostly it just needed to convey the fact that I was a 16-year-old diva who didn't want to nor thought I had to be here. So here's what I came up with. Camp Bulimorexia takes place in the basement of St. Joseph's Catholic Hospital, tucked between the boiler room and a series of tunnels which I suspect lead to purgatory. In keeping with Catholic tradition, the walls are painted color resembling wet, dull gray cement and are covered with oversized portraits of the Pope and far too many crosses with bloody Jesus is hanging off. Want to know more about creating setting, including tips, tools, writing prompts, exercises, and examples? Then click the link below, which will take you to bearingwitnessadmissions.com, where along with that, you'll find out information on our one-on-one services, which range from essay review to comprehensive start-to-finish coaching. I'll also be updating this site weekly, so make sure to like, subscribe, and share. See you next video.